Hey, welcome to session number 7. We only have one more session after this one of winning in the workplace. This session we're going to be talking about, now that we have the job, how can we become a star employee? How can we make ourselves irreplaceable in the workplace? Think we're going to have a great time with this? Got some really good things. Again, keep in mind, this is not rocket science, but you have to actually do it. Michaela and I were just talking about this, and she goes, I think there's a lot of people that really know what to do, they just don't do it. And I put those people in a nice category that says, you suck because you know it, but you're not doing it, okay? These are sucking consumers. So we have to become these people that actually do what we know to do. And if we don't know, well, that's why we're watching a video like this, to actually learn what are the tips, what are the skills, what are the tricks to make sure that we can stand out in the workplace. So looking forward to spending the next several minutes with you guys talking about how to win in the workplace once we have the job. So as we were talking about just a moment ago, last session we were talking about the interview. We've had the interview, we leave, we shake the hands, we're making the eye contact, we're smiling, nice 1, 2 handshake and all that kind of stuff. And then in the interview they say, okay, we'll be in touch, type of thing. And so we leave, and now we're sitting there at home and we're kind of staring at the phone or we're staring at the computer waiting for somebody to get in touch with us. And we wait, and then someone comes up, hey, how'd that interview goes? Well, I'm just waiting to hear back. You know, love that. You know, and then a parent may come up to you or somebody says, so are you interviewing? Well, I've done that one interview. I'm waiting for them to get back with me. And we get into this weird space of waiting for someone to get back. In that space, it can be very common to feel out of control because you are completely waiting on them to respond to you. So what I want to do is give you a couple ideas right here at the very beginning of how to. These aren't even in the notes. This is just free stuff, all right, coming out of my mouth. It's coming out to you guys. This is what you want to do after the interview before you get the job, okay, to make sure that you don't fall into that weird space. Number one, you want to send an email, okay? Remember, we talked about in the workplace, email is really a dominant communication force. I know out here in social networking and everything, we don't do email, but in the workforce, that's really where a lot of communication goes on, is through email. So we want to send an email immediately. Before the sun goes down, we want to send an email. If you can send an email to the person within an hour of your interview, and again, it's just like 3 lines. Thank you so much for spending the time, letting me interview. I enjoyed it. And we want to finish the email with the line, I look forward to working with you soon. Okay? That's all you need to say. You know, hey, Mr. Smith. Remember we talked about that, how we're going to approach them. Hey, Mr. Smith, or hey, Julie, however we're going to refer to them. Thank you very much for taking the time to interview me today. I sure enjoyed it. The place looks awesome. I'm looking forward to the opportunity, and I'm looking forward to working with you soon. Thank you. Bam. That's all we're going to say. Fair enough? We send that email out to them. Now, are they going to get right back to us? Probably not, because they've got other things going on. So how do we stay in touch with them? How do we keep that door open? Well, we continue to lob to them opportunities for them to get back to us. So we can send another email. We can send a card to them. All right. In fact, I would encourage you, even before you go into the interview, write out a thank you card so that you can drop it in the mail so they get it the next day. Okay. Oh, wow. How many of you guys think, of all of the people that applied for a specific job, how many people send an email back to the interviewer? Percentage. Out of 100%, how many people do you think do that? I don't know what the science is, but what do you think?
Probably like 5%.
Maybe 5%. Not very many. What do you think?
I was going to say not.
Yeah, not very many at all. So how can we stand out? Send an email. All right? Saying thank you very much. How many people do you think send a card to the person that interviewed them?
Maybe like 0.5.
Yeah, like 0.5, like 0. Nobody does this. If you do it, you set yourself apart. Okay? Now, sending extra emails, I think, is a great idea. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're not, hey, you going to get back with me? Hey, you said you were going to call me. It doesn't turn into that boyfriend, girlfriend, how come you never call me type of thing, because I don't want to hear that. But what I do over and over and what I coach other people to do, and it works, all right? It's a power move. It works. Just send them an email that will entertain them. Send them videos. Hey, I saw this funny video the other day, thought about you, thought I'd send it to you. You know, this morning I saw this cat video. You're going to love this. You know, in the interview, you were talking about this core value. I found this little meme. Thought you would like this. Something that's going to make them laugh. You don't want to send them a 7-minute video. They won't watch it. But anything that's like up to 30 seconds, 45 seconds, a funny video. If you want to pull in a current event, you know, man, just watched the Olympics last night, and I watched this athlete, could be Usain Bolt, okay, because that's what's going on right now with the Olympics here in 2016. Could be one of these athletes, or you hear a great story. Didn't know if you heard this person's story, but it really talks about being a hard worker, hard work ethic. Made me think of this job. Looking forward to working with you soon. Bam. You just give them a link. Okay? So what you're doing is you are actually entertaining them. Okay? If you want to go the crazy extra mile, if it's one of these jobs where you're really not hearing for a week or 2 or 3, send them a gift. Okay? Send them a gift. Make it an entertaining gift. A practical yet entertaining gift. Okay? Send them a funny coffee mug. Send them a cookie at work. All of a sudden, pizza's showing up at work. Now, you might be sitting there going, Clay, that's kind of going overboard. That's kind of schmoozing, all right? Who does this? We're talking about setting yourself apart. These things will set you apart from everybody else. So when they're thinking about, who wants this job? Who are they going to think about? You.
The crazy person.
The crazy person that's going the extra mile, you know? Now, how often do you do this? I think with those little emails, you could send them an entertaining email once a day. You know, you don't want to send them once an hour. Now you're going to hack somebody off. But send them an email once a day. And you're not saying, hey, looking forward to you calling me, waiting for you to call. You're just saying, thinking of you, thought you would enjoy this. Hey, have a great day today. Start your day with this thing. It'll be hilarious. You want to share with this with some of your staff because they will love it. You're encouraging them. You're giving them things that is going to enrich their lives. You're not asking for anything in return. Fair enough? Okay, so you just want to toss that out. So that would be something that I would encourage you to do with this guy that you just met over the weekend. Send him something entertaining. Okay? Send him something that he'll like. If he talked about something in the meeting the other day, take those topics that he talked about, go find something funny on Google it, all right? Go to the Google, find something funny and link it and just send it to him, okay? Preferably, if it can be something that they just, when they open up the email, it's right there, that'll be wonderful. If it's something they've got to click and go open and download, I'm not going to do it, okay? But if something can be really quick, it's really good. I tell you, it's a power move. What's that?
With him being like the superintendent of tech, you can Google it and see what he's into.
Oh, yeah.
That way you can get better.
All right. Yeah, now you're stalking him. Okay. Here's a picture of your children. Yeah.
Not like that.
Is she threatening me? Yeah. There are boundaries in that, so be careful. Okay. But let's dive into this today about how, now that we have the job, how do we become a rock star employee? How do we become a person that is set apart from everybody else? Again, I just want you to know, you guys, this is not rocket science. Because remember our statistic? 78% of the American workforce is disengaged at work. 78%. That leaves you, okay, 22% of the rest of the humans that are actually at work engaged. So that's the people that you're with. Right now, if you've got 25 people, okay, I'm going to let you do math really quick in your head. 25 people, how many people does that mean if it's 78%? I don't know. You know, Clay didn't tell me there's going to be math today in this thing. But I'll let you know, you're only really looking at competing with about 4 or 5 people. Okay? It's not very many people at all, rather than looking at everybody. So I love this phrase. Has anybody by any chance seen Joe versus the volcano? Okay? One of my favorite movies, especially when it comes to the workplace. Okay? Joe versus the volcano. You may want to watch it. You'll enjoy it. It's a Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan movie. And Tom Hanks works at this place. I forget the name of the place, but they make petroleum jelly and prosthetics. All right? And it's just like this terrible work environment. And Mr. Waturi is his boss. And one of the phrases that he says over and over in a certain scene while he's talking on the phone is, I know he can get the job, but can he do the job? I know that. I know that. I know. I know he can get the job, but can he do the job? I'm not arguing that with you. And he's just on the phone. It's just going over and over and over. And the lights above are just flickering. And it's just like, shut up. But he just says that over and over. I know you can get the job, but can you do the job? So now here we are. You've got the job. Now you have to do the job. Okay? Now we have to do the job. I love this right here. We think about, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to be like all this talented and going to be really good and all this. Take a look at 10 things that we can do that takes zero talent. Zero talent. These 10 things right here. And I want to write these down because these are classics. As a matter of fact, I want you guys to hit me with the 10 things, no talent. Again, I mean, I could just drop the thing right here, all right, and stop right here. If you just do these 10 things, you will be set heads and shoulders above everybody. So hit me with these. What's the first one?
Be on time.
Time, on time. What do you know? Love that one. Be on time. Number 2. What's number 2?
Work ethically.
Oh, be honest. Just stop lying, people. All right? What happened? They did it. You know, hey, here's a current event, you know. Yeah, we got robbed in Rio. You know, anybody know what I'm talking about? Got robbed in Rio. Lochte, what are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, I heard last night that he probably just cost himself $4 million
He's getting sent back.
by doing that because of all of his endorsements have just said, yeah, we don't want you on our product because you're a liar. Be honest. Okay? Even if you screwed up and it's your fault. Yep, it was me. I'm sorry. Totally screwed up. That would be me. I think they were even talking to the police in Rio, and they were saying, if he'd only said, yeah, you know, we had a little too much to drink, we did some property damage, we're sorry, we just got a little out of hand. The cops were saying, we just said, all right, no harm, no foul. But they had to go with this big story and everything. So unfortunate. What's our next one here?
Put in effort.
Okay, effort. It doesn't cost. Okay? These are freebies. Just put forth the effort. What else?
Be positive.
Positive. You guys, I'll let you know right now, as a business owner, as a person that hires people for my companies, as well as a person that trains other people to hire for their companies, this right here is invaluable. Just having a positive attitude at work. Just coming in and smiling. Coming in and not groaning and complaining. All right? I talked just a moment ago, Ruben, you were talking about being on the phone and smiling on the phone. It changes your voice when you're smiling on the phone. One of the things that I said as well is when you're talking on the phone or when you're talking to somebody, raise your eyebrows. If you raise your eyebrows, it's the body language that lets people know that you're really interested in them, as opposed to, hello, how are you doing today? All right, I'm kind, I'm nice, I've got the nice eyes. But as opposed to raising your eyebrows, hi, how are you doing today? It's the same thing, eyebrows up. It changes everything. All right, try it. It's just a little trick. Number 5, what do we got?
Be passionate.
Passionate. This goes back to, remember discovering your why? Okay? Remember discovering your why? You want to make sure that when you choose a job, when you choose a company to connect with, that your why connects with their why. And you guys, this has to get beyond money. Because if your primary passion or if your primary reason to take a job is to get money from them, I promise you, their primary reason for starting their company was not to give you money. Okay? So those won't line up. If your primary focus is, I want money, you're not going to find a company that says, let's see, I'm thinking I want to start a company where I can just give people money. And I just want to align with their why, align with their desires. So I just want to be able to give people money. You're not going to find a company like that. So you're going to have to discover, yes, I want to make money. That's cool. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We want to make loads of money so that we can live the life that we have desires to live. However, we've got to find out what we are passionate about. And it can be really easy, especially when we're young workers. It can be really easy to, I don't really know what I'm passionate about. You know, I'm passionate about cheerleading. I'm passionate about soccer. I'm passionate about football. Okay, that makes sense. But in the midst of that, what is it about cheerleading? What is it about soccer? What is it about football that really jazzes you? You know, that really excites you? You know, I'm passionate about art. I'm passionate about math. I'm passionate about speaking. Stuff like that. What is it that drives you? What is it about that activity that really excites you? Learning what your passions are so you can align them. Number 6, what do we got?
Be prepared to learn.
Oh, prepared. Love it. Always love having the students when I was a teacher. Always loved having the students, as we've talked about, walk into the classroom. Let's do this thing. You know, they've got nothing. They've got no book. They've got nothing to write on. They've got nothing to write with. They just walk in. So I'm going, great. Not that you ever did this. Okay, I'm sure. Sure, you were wonderful with your books and everything. But kids would walk in. I'd go, great. I get to be your babysitter for the next hour and a half because you have brought nothing to the table, as opposed to other students that come prepared. Okay? So you want to be thinking, as you go into work each day, be prepared. Be ready to work. I tell you, here's another frustrating thing is when workers come in, they clock in at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and then they start getting prepared. Takes them a good 15, 20 minutes to get prepared. Okay, I've clocked in, now I'm going to go get my coffee. All right? Now I'm going to, do this thing, I'm going to do this thing. And then about 20, 30 minutes later, they're actually sitting down or actually getting to a position where they're going, okay, let's do it. I've just paid you for 20 to 30 minutes and you haven't done anything for me. That is not honest. Okay? I'm actually stealing from the company. Let's go to number 7.
Be proud.
Oh, I love this. What would that look like in the workplace? For you to show up each day proud of who you are and who you're working for. What does that look like?
Just being happy to go to work every day and like making sure like all the pizzas at Catano's like as good as they should be.
That's great, yeah. You're there, you have a positive attitude, and you're proud to be there, so you're proud of the product or the service that you're giving. So you actually talk about it. You actually have some energy behind it. As opposed to, I am disconnected from the product or the service, and therefore, when I talk about it, it's kind of, poof. There's no energy behind it at all. That's great. Number 8, what's number 8?
Number 8 is
Okay, we'll clip this out here, but they're all right there in order. Okay, so we're on number 8. So what's number 8?
be encouraging.
Encouraging. I love this. These over here are all about things that you do individually and you do personally. This one right here, once we hit number 8, we're talking about actually taking that attitude here and energizing other people, plugging it into other folks and trying to jazz them up. So, number 9, what's number 9?
Be prepared.
Be prepared, okay? Over here we had prepared to learn. Now we're talking about just coming and being prepared, having everything that you need, okay? So this is like work on the R there, prepared, squared, okay? And then finally, number 10, what do we have with number 10?
Be helpful.
Oh, guys, this is amazing. And this is what we are going to be focusing in on what is helpful today. How can I be helpful at work? See, unfortunately, again, if we only have our own mindsets, our own thoughts of, I'm going to work today because I have to, number 1. I'm going to work today because I need the money. If I have those two things in my head, it's going to be very difficult for me to be helpful to other people. All right? And what will happen, Reuben, is I'll come in, don't really want to be there. I just want my paycheck and I want to leave. What will happen is I will come in and I will do work and I will interpret every single thing that I do because I don't want to be there. So everything that I do is helpful. Next thing you know, the boss comes up and says, Reuben, I need you to do this. What? I was on time. All of a sudden, we're pointed on time. We're going, Lord, I'm being helpful. I'm on time. It's like, okay, now get something done. What? I sharpened the pencils. You know, everything becomes interpreted in my mind as I'm being so helpful. But really, I'm skewed because I don't want to be there. I just want to make more money. So now just the fact that I am breathing and I have come into work today means I'm being really helpful. And that's unfortunate, okay? Because I promise you, once again, your boss is not going to interpret you being helpful as you just showing up on time. Is it helpful? Yes. But if you stop there, you're going to be like everybody else. You'll be at work, but be disengaged. So these are things, guys. It's not just what you know. It's how you do what you do. It's not just what you do. It's how you do what you do. That becomes so important while you're at work. Again, we could stop here, drop the mic, and walk away. These things, how do you set yourself apart?